I'm actually here to tell you about at least 2 or 3 of those dangerous mistakes that you need to understand the minute you decide to put an offer. Yes, they have given you the sale agreement, but you are saying, okay, here's the sale agreement, here are the terms, here are the conditions, but I have my own terms. So you put your own terms there, because remember, as a property investor, you are just not buying a property, you're buying an investment property. Okay, basically today we are unpacking common but dangerous mistakes around rights and obligations of sellers and purchasers. So as we know, when we sign an offer to purchase, it's because you spotted a certain property. And when you spot a certain property, you spot something that you want to see that, you know what, this is a potential investment property for me. And then if it's a potential investment property for you, is it an investment property that you think you can just flip and resell it immediately? Or is it something that you know you're going to renovate and sell it later? Or is it something that you know what, this one I want to keep it for rental because it's going to give me a good return? So when we look then on, because this is where everything starts. After you've spotted that property, now you need to have that sale agreement. So meaning you as a buyer, you need to give your seller the offer. So when you're giving that offer, what is it that we say is a dangerous mistake? So we need then, and I'm actually here to tell you about at least 2 or 3 of those dangerous mistakes that you need to understand the minute you decide to put an offer. And then again, I want you to understand, when you put an offer because you are the purchaser. And when you put an offer as a purchaser, you're putting something, for example, you do not, because I know that most of the time there's going to be an estate agent involved, whereby the estate agent is going to give you the sale agreement. When he gives you the sale agreement, he says, here's the sale agreement, give me your offer. So meaning it's not like you have to go according to what the estate agent gives you. So you read what that contract says. And when you read what that contract says, you then say, according to me, this is what I want. So that's why you have to give an offer. Yes, they have given you the sale agreement, but you are saying, okay, here's the sale agreement, here are the terms, here are the conditions, but I have my own terms. So you put your own terms there, because remember, as a property investor, you are just not buying a property, you're buying an investment property. So you want to have good returns of that property. So meaning there's so much that you would want to know about that property, and also there's so much that you would want to research on the property so that you can know, if I buy this property, for example, this person has extended, are they building plans? Yes, they are. But are they approved? Then they are not approved. Then it's a problem as a property investor. So that is why it's important when you get that offer, either you get it from the seller himself or you get it from the seller, from the estate agent. Please note, that is for you to put your own terms. It's not for you to just follow what they are giving you. All right. Now coming to this, I know this has been a big issue most of the time, because a lot of times people would ask, why is the agent, because I know when there's an agent, the agent will always recommend someone that they know. They will always recommend someone that they've worked with before, even if the seller doesn't know. But you as a property investor, the most important thing is for you to make sure that you appoint someone that is competent. You appoint someone that you know that is going to look after your interest. So it is always then important that when it comes to the appointment of a conveyancing attorney, then that appointment, it is an appointment that is made by you as a property investor. So you can negotiate, because I know by common law, the seller has a right. It's not according to a certain section in an act, no. It is by common law, he's been having that right due to the fact that they always think that their attorney has got a best interest, their best interest. So that is the only reason. So it doesn't, again, because I know most of the time people think that when we act or when we deal with a transaction, we do not act for both parties. We do. So it is my responsibility as a conveyancer that I act on behalf of the purchaser. It is my responsibility as a conveyancer that I act on behalf of the seller. So meaning both of you guys, I still have to make sure that I keep you updated. I still have to make sure that you understand how the process will unfold. So I can't just think that because I got the instruction from this one, then I look after that person only. It is my responsibility to make sure that we are all on the same page. So we're all understanding how the process works. So at the appointment, I know the sellers have that right to do that appointment. But again, it doesn't mean that you can't negotiate to have your person to be appointed. Because again, if the seller is selling the property through an agent, agent I know, they always actually recommend someone. Depending on the recommendation, you will find that even the seller doesn't know who that person is, but they recommend it because they've worked with that person before. So now you as a property investor, it's important that you have your own attorneys in place. I always advise property investors that at the time when you're negotiating your contract, make it a condition that I'm buying this property on condition that you're going to allow me to use my own attorney, so that they know from the onset that you want to use your own person, because your person is going to, because remember, as a property investor, again, the importance is time. So you need to make sure that that process runs smoothly. You need to make sure that there are no delays in that process. Hence, you have to appoint the person that you know. With the conveyancing attorney is expected to act in the best interest of both the seller and the purchaser by giving effect to all terms and conditions contained in the offer to purchase. Hence, I'm saying that I have to make sure that you guys are all on the same page. I have to make sure that you guys all understand the process, because what is important here is the terms that are on the contract. What is important is those conditions, are they all met? So meaning, has the seller done what is supposed to do in terms of that contract? And you as a purchaser, have you done whatever is required of you in terms of the contract that you guys signed? Because the importance on my side is to execute according to that agreement. It's not about who gave me the instruction. It is about me executing, making sure that whatever is listed in that sale agreement is done. So there isn't anything that is left behind. So again, the importance is that you should always check the conveyancer's track record. I know a lot of people, they don't check LPC, the Legal Practice Council. You can go to their website. If you want to check Phatega, you type the Phatega Malipale. And Phatega Malipale uzovela lapho if he's a practicing attorney. If Phatega has been suspended, then you will see that she's been suspended. She's in the list of the suspended attorneys. So that is all that I wanted to mention to you today. The important thing is just you need to make sure that the offer to purchase that you guys are signing are the offer to purchase that, one, you read and you understand those terms and conditions. Are the offer to purchase that you don't just because an estate agent is rushing, because I know they are always in a rush. So it's not something that you just sign and put it off. You need to know you are the one who's giving an offer. You are the one who can put your own terms and your own conditions as to how you want things to be done. For example, they won't put everything. You need to know, for example, the property investors, they like what they call exit clauses. You need to have those exit clauses whereby you know, should there be a roof a roof leak or something, then you need to know that I have that condition there. If there's a leak, then I'm not part of that contract. So it is important then for us to know we are the ones who are giving offers. Then we need to give offers that are according to our own terms. We need to give offers that are according to our own conditions. So that if the seller accepts your offer, then that's good. Then at least you know you don't have to be questioning everything. Then you put something that you wanted to be in that contract.